Hey everyone, we have Milo today in the video. I'm not wearing the Milo shirt. We'll show that one real quick because it's so good. Look at this thing. How incredible is that? Such a good shirt. I'm just going to wear this when I go to the dog park. Actually, Milo can't go to the dog park because he cannot be good with other dogs because he was raised during COVID, so he has no social skills. Isn't that so? So today I want to talk about seasonal issues. A lot of people have asked me, but there was an individual on one of my recent videos that asked me to talk about this because they wanted to know my opinion on it, if it exists, etc. Why I don't think it probably does exist at the level that most people believe because of multiple reasons I'll talk about. So before I go any further, please subscribe, hit that like button down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Please come in, don't sit in silence, right? Whether it's to a webinar or one-to-one coaching, it gives you access to our WhatsApp groups. Our WhatsApp groups are very specific. The amount of articles that I put in there alone that I won't, they don't go anywhere else. They just go on WhatsApp. I just did one for sensory motor that was literally like in a text box this long, talking about everything from the beliefs, the behaviors, the compulsions with sensory motor and hyper-awareness, etc., plus all the mini-series that we all do in there. So the first thing to look at is you cannot scientifically prove whether most things are real or not, which is difficult for people to wrap their heads around because we are addicted to certainty. That is our heroin, right, for us, for OCD and anxiety sufferers and humans in general. Never forget that humans are highly addicted to certainty. So you cannot prove seasonal depression just because you have an individual who becomes depressed, who feels depressed during winter months. Now, it can't be a subsidized rule when you have numerous people that live like where I live in Colorado that love the winter. How do I know this? Because they go and live in vans. I met a guy a couple of years ago who was in finance, I believe he was a CPA. I said, hey, what'd you do before this? He goes, I lived in a van in Aspen and snowboarded for like 7 months a year. It was amazing. And like just worked like odd jobs. So you have people that absolutely look forward to darkness and winter. I actually love the winter. I like the fact it's colder. I like sleeping with my window open. I like that it gets dark earlier because I don't get to spend a lot of time outside late at night because I wake up really early, so I'm in bed a lot by about 9 or 10 because I wake up most days at 4:30 or 5. I like being, when it's dark, I like doing nighttime hikes and runs. So I have no emotional change at all. Zero. From the hottest day in summer to the coldest, darkest, windiest day of winter. I love those days because I like hiking in the winter. I think it brings an extra sense of being alone and difficulty in that sense. So, where is it, buddy? I know. He's like, what's going on over here? So, the one thing I want you to look at is maybe your body naturally produces particular feelings because of the weather naturally. So, let's say that's what happens. Well, you'll still need to look at that belief and break that down long term, which is even if my body genetically sends me out depression sensations, low feelings, I can accept that about myself and try and enjoy, not in a forceful manner, as best as I can the seasons. But there's a lot of other people, which is probably the majority, in my opinion, that's not actually what's happening at all. It's, oh my gosh, it's winter time. I can't do as many fun things outside. It's too dark all the time. I'm already dealing with depression beliefs. So now this is adding to that. Depression is primarily from beliefs. Now, there are cases in postpartum depression, other types of severe head injuries, traumatic brain injuries, where depression can be a hormonal origin. It's just not the majority of depression. Society has us completely backwards. If you look at the amount of depression medications that have gone up in SSRIs and antidepressants, depression cases are literally like this. Okay, ready? So increase in medications over the last 20 years, increases in depression. It's not really doing what people think. That doesn't mean medications are bad for you in that sense. Medications are really game changers. They can save lives. I've seen people turn their lives around. Take the medication, takes the edge off. Then they put the belief work in. They change their behaviors, and it helps a lot. So definitely, 50 to 75% of the people I work with are on, SSRIs, antidepressants, other medications and stuff. That makes a big game changer. It just doesn't typically change your beliefs. And for some individuals, the depression and loneliness and doubt can cut right through that if you have a fear of the wintertime. But again, if you and I went to the coldest, darkest places in the world, right? Some of the Nordic countries, areas of Russia, really cold climates, the North Pole, etc. You have individuals that look forward to that. So the biggest difference is their belief systems about those things are very, very different. So that's the most important thing to remember when you're actually going through this. Then on top of that, getting comfortable with the depression sensations, getting comfortable with feeling low, not trying to push those away. That's another critical part of this whole process. If you're trying to push those emotions away, if you're trying to avoid the darkness or the colder weather, that's going to more than likely fuel that belief system. They'll ping pong back and forth like you're playing a video game, right? It's like, oh no, I have this rigid belief about this. Now I'm going to subsidize it with this behavior. And it goes back and forth and back and forth. Now, it's not as easy as realizing what your belief is and changing your behaviors and snapping out of it. It's a long, drawn out process. It might take you a couple seasons to really get better at it. Maybe you make a lot of progress in the 2024 winter. Then 2025 winter comes around, you're arbitrarily 50% better. You need a whole nother winter to do things. But again, do I think that seasonal depression is real? Probably not. It's not in the sense that most society believes. It's like saying that my latest video that I did that's on the channel about PTSD, that PTSD and CPTSD, now this new term, right? We're always trying to make things seem more complex than they really are. There's a lot of nuances. OCD and anxiety recovery, PTSD recovery, etc. Seasonal depression, fears, breakdowns, not easy. It's nuanced, but it's not complex in the explanation part. That's not what's complex. So you hear people and they make things out to be outside of ourselves. Oh, it's the weather. The weather is the reason why I'm down. No, it's not. It's actually quite simple to break down when you really look at it. There are people, again, that, yes, darkness and winter, I'm pumped. Yes, snowboard season, skiing season. You're not going to believe that right away, but it's important to break that down. So the moral of the story is, do I think there could be some genetic, primarily origin, hormonal-based seasonal depression? Sure. Just like there is with postpartum depressions and psychosis. Do I think that that's the majority? No, probably represents arbitrarily less than 3 to 5%. Maybe even lower. Maybe even 1 to 2% of entire seasonal depression. I can hear people, when people have a fear of seasonal depression, I can hear what they're talking about within 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Oh my God, winter, I can't go out and I can't do this and I can't have the fun I want to have. And oh no, I like sitting by the pool and oh no. And then they get the fear of feeling depressed. The fear of, then remember, it kind of snowballs. Primary belief, oh my God, the winter is horrible. Then it comes with depression. Then there's compulsions and avoidance behaviors that fuel that. And then secondary and tertiary is, oh my God, what if I feel like this every single season, etc. So looking at your beliefs, changing your behaviors, making the best of it. And even if it was a hormonal genetic origin, you could still make the best of that. And the added rigid belief is what's making it feel worse. So thank you again. Remember, Phil@OCDrecovery.com. Hope to hear from you soon. Thank you for all the support. Love doing this. One of my favorite things. Very, very passionate about this. Miles going to say bye. Okay, good, say bye. Okay, he's going to give me a kiss because he hates me. So thank you as always, and enjoy the rest of your day.